Well, looking forward to this week. Another good test of games. Coming off an okay week. Obviously played pretty poorly at Georgia with our defense. Ruby wasn't quite as sharp, but like I told our team, the message after that game was we have to figure out ways, like good teams like can still win that game. We had a moment in the sixth inning where we had bases loaded and 2 outs and had a chance to win that game or to take the lead. So I don't believe in silver linings, but like I told our team, as bad as we played, we had a chance late, and so we got to figure out a way to figure that out. Then go to Georgia Tech and go 2-1. So 2-2 on the week, not the way I thought we could play, but I do see some things are starting to get better and starting to kind of settle in, and so I do feel pretty good about that. And like I told our team, everything's still ahead of us, so we just got to figure out ways to keep fighting all along here.
They talked about the goals to win the last game. They can always stay a little patient with themselves and each other as long as they feel like they're working toward that aim.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a good team for you in that, okay, maybe you had a 500 week, but you realize, okay, they've still got the hands on the rope. They're still pulling hard.
Yeah, they're working. I have no issues with their intent. They're with their work. I think we. I'm just gonna say this. I think maybe as a whole, I thought we felt. I think we could look back and go, man, I wonder if we thought this would be easier than what we thought. To be honest, I just kind of the way I feel. This has been the hardest year we've had here that I can remember in a long time, and part of that's our fault. Part of that's the schedule. Part of that is just we've yet to put it all together for an extended period of time. So I'm a believer that stuff comes and will come if you stay to the process and stay to your work. And I see that, so I have no reason to think that won't happen.
Is getting everybody to remain patient through all that the biggest key?
Yeah, I would say so. I don't feel like anybody's. I mean, we're 21-9. There's a lot of teams that would like to be that. We're just probably lost a couple more games than maybe what we felt like we would be. But you know, it's kind of like I've said in these weekly talks. It's part of what makes coaching awesome and for me, what I need with my lack of with my patience and stuff like that, every year is a new journey, and this has been a different journey, and probably every year we've set out, it's been not what I thought it would be, right? And some of them maybe looked better than what they were, so some of them may look worse than what they are. And so I feel patience. I don't feel anybody's pressing. I don't see anybody losing their mind. I don't feel that at all. I just think we're embracing the fact that this has been a difficult year. And I still think our team feels the same way. We've yet to play a bunch of good games in a row, which I believe that all seasons have. And so, you know, that I talk about for a long time. You know, you play the way you're supposed to play. 60%, 20's under, and 20 is over. We definitely haven't hit the over, and I feel like we've definitely felt some of the under, and it's just been a hair harder, but it's okay. I had a long talk with one of our kids here today that's going through a little bit of that, and I was saying, hey, look, like you know, the bottom line is winning, and this is preparing you for the end, whether it's the end of softball or the end of the season. This is hard. Like, life's hard, and what's happening to this team now is there will be no shock to the system come postseason, like and so those are things that we're prepared for, and we will be prepared for, because it's been a grind. And so it's not like it's been so easy that we're going to get to the season at the end and go, man, we're not ready. Whether we advance far or not, we're going to be prepared. and we're coaching and they're working, and those are the things that I want to see.
The girls talked about the karaoke stuff, the fun stuff,
Yeah.
the thing that's team building. They know when to do which bus trips to do that on and which bus trips don't. There's no singing. They know the difference, or do you just
I don't tell them anything. So if that's them, then
I
they're
would
just
imagine
being
there wasn't a
aware.
lot of singing on the bus after Athens.
Yeah, we don't typically sing after. It's usually beforehand.
Okay.
So, and look, in this game, you have to have a short memory on the good and bad. We don't have a whole week to like let go of what's gone well or right. We got to get ready the next day,
Right.
and so I think I would hope that they would tell you that the next day I'm the same dude. You know what I mean? Win or lose, and if we're losing a couple in a row, or if we won a bunch in a row, like I'm the same guy. And that's what, at least what I try to be. I'm not perfect, but I try to be, and I have enough people around me that love me in that coach's office there that will tell me, hey, we need you to pick it up, or hey, we need you to this. And so I'm appreciative of that. So I try to stay as even keel as I can.
You were very open earlier in the season about how much you disliked not coaching third. You're back over there. How much was just you feeling at home there versus feeling you needed to change something?
I was just getting to this point where I felt out of place, to be honest. Like I didn't feel part of the game at first as much as I wanted to. And when I went to the dugout, I felt even worse, to be honest. And when I talked to Bergie about that, he made the comment, his quotes were, "You look like a fish out of water." And, I hadn't thought about it in that perspective, from that point of view, but that's how I did feel. I felt like a fish out of water. I just didn't know where to stand in the dugout, where to go, who to talk to. And so, we just had that talk, and he said he felt like it was probably coming, and he goes, "Hey, this is your team, man. I want you to do what you want to do." And I said, "I just think this team is missing my energy, my up and down, and maybe it's taken a little bit better when I'm on the field and not in the dungeon there. So people may see my emotions, but may not hear the little things that come out of my mouth, and I want them to see my fist pumps and see my heartache. That's who we've been here. And I felt like we were just sort of missing that from me, not from Bergie, but from me. And I told him I don't dislike the way the offense has been run. We're trying to work it where he's running it with me off to the side. I'm not going to be honest I'll be honest and say I don't know that that's the best thing too. I'm kind of working through all that. So I'm not sure that there's not going to be more of that little change. That's not going to affect our team or anything else. But when he's on the first base side and I'm on the third, we can't talk. So I don't know that I like that. So in the end, I may decide that I need to just take it over back again. But we'll talk about that. We'll just keep talking about how to make things flow right. But I like being out there. I think our team likes it. I think it's what we need. And so I wanted to give it a fair shot, and I did. I felt like I gave it 25 or so games. And it was time for me to go back there, for me to be the best me. And I feel like I'm back to being that.
Arizona's a program with a lot of tradition. Just kind of how cool is it that you're going over there for a conference series?
Yeah. I mean, glad they're here, to be very honest. You know what I mean? I'm thankful because we lost two top teams, and we needed to replace those teams. And Arizona obviously can be and ought to be one of those type of teams that we can have in this league. So I've got a lot of respect for Coach Candrea and what he built there. I mean, he's one of the greatest to ever coach this game, and now for him to pass it on to Caitlin and their staff, and it's really cool to see. They have a little bit of like what we have here with people that played there and loved that place. So I mean, they have a history of great crowds and a fun place to go and play, and it's an airport, and so we'll both get to play there. It's a hard field, we know that. So it's all I'm excited. A lot of our girls probably have never gone there, so it'll be fun for them to play there and to experience that. It'll be great. So I'm excited to go. You know, we get Arizona State this weekend too, so they'll get to see what that's like and know. You know, the girls that will be around here will know what that's like too. It should be a great trip, great weather, really good softball, and opportunity for us to keep getting better.
Wanted to ask you this: football. Everybody uses football for recruiting. Everybody takes their players over, their recruits in the fall. Football last year started using baseball. Now somebody over there came up with the idea, man, that's over at softball. They got the juice going. That's crazy. So I know for a fact they're going to use this as an entertainment for their recruits this spring.
Cool.
How does that make you feel? Because I mean, that's kind of cool that they say, hey, this could impress our kids.
Yeah, that's neat. I mean, if that's what they're saying, I'm glad to hear that. It's neat. I mean, that's what we want to be. We want to be part of the grand plan here, right? We want to have a place that people want to come to, that's exciting, that you see like the best of OSU. And if people think about us like that, then that makes me feel good. And I hope they do. Like, I think that any of us here would do anything we can to help those guys win. Basketball has used us a lot before. We've used them and all that. I think we should all be using each other. We should all be on the same page and doing that kind of stuff. And if they think that we can help them, or if they think it's a cool place, and that's makes me happy.
I asked Tia about batting in every different position in the lineup.
Yeah.
Just about. Have you seen her be able to maintain focus and not kind of lose sight of kind of her approach, no matter where she's at?
Yeah, I mean, it's been good. I took her out of the Georgia game. She made an error, and then had a really just an okay at bat, and then when she had an okay at bat, I think that's how it goes. She had two bad at bats. She had a bad at bat, not because she struck out, because it just didn't look like her. And then she goes out and she has an unfortunate play in the outfield, and a play that I think that she should catch. She played it defensively and then got locked up in her feet, and the ball gets by her. That really cost us. And then she comes back in, and I talked to her, and her look in her eye was awful. And I just told her, you can't go back up there, and you're not capable of hitting a 3-run home run, because you're leading off first hand. You don't hit home runs your second hand. Just go do what you do. The at bat was poor. I took her out. I told her this. Should have taken you out when I told you what I needed out of you, because your eyes did not look good. And she responded the next day great, and I loved it, and it was awesome. She's growing up right in front of us. She's making it hard for Claire and Rachel to get going, because they both were as we started, we're in the lineup. She's going so well. I'm not taking her out. She's earned that. So she's just really growing. She still needs to really grow, but she really is doing an awesome job, having a great attitude. When I took her out, she didn't pout or cry. She was tough. I was able to talk to her and say, hey, you haven't lost anything. I did not like it. I'm mad at myself. I should have taken you out right then when you gave me a bad response. And so that's the stuff that I love about her. She's tough, and she's a menace right now. Seems like she's on base nonstop. I think it's over 500. It's the highest one that we've got. It's bunting. There's some swinging ways. There's some slap, some power slap. There's a little bit of all of it. And we just got to keep her mentality good and keep her in an even keel. She handled, when I called her and Cheese in, when I flipped the lineup, I took Cheese out of the top spot. I pulled them both over, and I told them what I was doing and why. And Cheese, was like, I don't care. Just do what you need, to do. I just want to play, and I want to help us win. And if that's what I got to do, that's great. So, and then I told T, I'm moving you up. That hasn't changed anything in the way we're going to go about it. It's just flipping you guys. So you guys are both going to be in the leadoff spot. Again, it possibly, who knows, or up in that deal where we had you like 1-6 or now 2-6. So I don't know. We're just trying to figure out what's the best magic potion to sprinkle out there, and I feel like we're doing some nice stuff. I feel like we're getting there close, but she's been awesome.
Riley got in the circle this past week and play well. How important do you think was that for her? And then what has just the last month been like for her as well?
I'll start with the last month. I think it's been hard but great. She feels good, so that's number one. I think she needed that personally and physically. It was great to get her back. I'm extremely mad at myself that I didn't get her out fast enough to not give up runs, because she was so good the first 2 innings. In the third inning, I think it was the third inning where she gave a run, she kind of fell apart a little bit. And not fell apart, but I just saw swings change, and I was like, I need to get her out, but it looked so good that I was like, I don't know. And so the next day we got her back in, or the day after that, we said, hey, we're going to go 6 outs. And she mowed through six outs, and we got her out. Carrie looked at me and goes, are you sure? I'm like, I am sure. Get her out. She needs an outing that's clean. And that's the approach that we're going to take. Let's maybe the IV approach, because the stuff is just like that. And it maybe it's just recalibrating the brain to get these outs and move on and win and feel like she's won. And I think she left that game against Penn State like, hey, I won this, And she really pitched excellent that first one. And I think it caught her off guard because we had to get her in so fast that we just put her in a bad spot. She answered, and then I let her go too long. Now, shame on me. So I'm happy for her. She looks good. She's going to throw today live. We're going to throw her recruits in Cairo live here today. We're going to go out there and compete and try to get better. So.
Anything else for Coach?